The courtroom was suffocating with silence. Every eye was fixed on the young man standing in the witness box. His tall frame, the defiance in his eyes, the clenched jaw, everything about Zayan Shah screamed that he wasn't afraid. Yet, the charges against him were heavy. Murder, conspiracy, and treason. Outside, the media screamed headlines. Business tycoon's son accused of killing government officer. Zayan Shah, criminal or victim of political trap? But only a few knew the truth. And only one woman carried that truth in her trembling heart. Amal. The beginning. Amal hadn't seen Zayan for years. Not since their childhood when life was simpler, when their families shared dinners and laughter. But life had burned bridges since then. Amal's father, a senior investigation officer, had been murdered in broad daylight. The killer escaped, leaving only shadows behind. Amal's family was shattered. Her mother lost herself to illness, her younger brother to bitterness. And now, years later, fate threw Amal and Zayan into the same storm. She, a young lawyer struggling to make her name. He, the accused criminal. When Amal was assigned the case as defense counsel, she thought it was some sick joke. "I will never defend my father's killer," she told her senior. But the truth had layers. The more she read the case files, the more she realized something was wrong. The evidence was planted. The witnesses were shaky. And most of all, Zayan's eyes, when she finally met him, did not belong to a murderer. Shadows of the past. Zayan Shah was not innocent in the ways of the world. Son of a powerful family, he had lived recklessly in his youth. Nightclubs, fast cars, empty friendships. But the day his mother died, something broke in him. He carried guilt for not being there, for being intoxicated in meaningless pursuits while she breathed her last. Since then, he became quiet, withdrawn, dangerous even. People feared his silence more than his anger. He built businesses, made enemies, and was ruthless when betrayed. But murder, that was something else. "Why me?" Amal had asked bitterly during their first meeting. "Why must I defend you of all people?" Zayan's lips curled into a faint smile. "Because only you will look for the truth. Everyone else just wants a verdict." The web. The case unfolded like a chessboard. Every move revealed another trap. The murdered officer, Amal's father, had uncovered a major corruption scandal involving politicians and businessmen. Before he could reveal it, he was silenced. Zayan was framed as the killer, his reputation used as the perfect disguise. But Amal dug deeper. Late nights in dusty archives, endless cross-examinations, bribes offered to silence her, threats painted on her car windshield, "Stop or die." Her younger brother, Zayan, hated her for defending Zayan. "You're betraying Abba's memory," he shouted. "How can you stand beside the man who took him from us?" Amal's voice broke as she replied, "Because if he didn't do it, then Abba's real killer still walks free." Zayan stormed out, leaving her in tears. The fire within. Behind bars, Zayan watched Amal with curious eyes. She was nothing like the girl he remembered. Shy, quiet, always hiding behind books. Now she was fire. She faced judges, politicians, and criminals without flinching. And yet, he saw the cracks when she thought no one was watching. One evening during a prison visit, Amal whispered, "Tell me honestly, Zayan, did you kill him?" Zayan's gaze held hers, steady and unwavering. "If I had, I would never ask you to save me." Her heart clenched. She wanted to believe him. She did believe him. But faith was dangerous. Faith could destroy her. The storm. As the trial reached its peak, Amal found herself trapped in a whirlpool of lies. Evidence disappeared mysteriously. Witnesses recanted testimonies. Her own life was threatened. And in the middle of it all, her faith wavered. Late at night, she opened the Quran, searching for strength. The verse struck her. "Indeed, Allah commands you to render trusts to whom they are due, and when you judge between people to judge with justice." For 58. Her tears fell. Justice. That was her father's legacy. That was her duty now. The truth revealed. In the final week of the trial, Amal discovered a piece of CCTV footage hidden deep in an old archive. It showed her father moments before his death, meeting a man in a black car. That man was not Zayan. It was someone far more powerful, Minister Kawar, the same man leading the charge against Zayan in court. Her blood ran cold. The puzzle pieces fit. Zayan had been framed to cover up the minister's crime. But exposing it was dangerous. Kawar's men followed her. Her phone was tapped, and one night her apartment was broken into. She barely escaped alive. Zayan, when he heard of it, clenched his fists against the prison bars. "You shouldn't risk your life for me." "I'm not doing it for you," Amal said, voice trembling. "I'm doing it for Abba, for the truth." The final verdict. The courtroom was packed the day Amal presented the footage. Her voice shook, but her arguments cut like a sword. She exposed the conspiracy, the lies, the planted evidence. She pointed her finger at Minister Kawar, her courage silencing even the judge. The minister's mask fell. The courtroom erupted. Chaos ensued. But the truth had been spoken. The verdict: Zayan Shah was acquitted. Minister Kawar was taken into custody. Justice, though delayed, was not denied. Epilogue. Months later, life slowly returned to normal. Amal's family was still healing. Rayyan, though still scarred, finally told her, "You gave Abba justice. I was wrong." As for Zayan, freedom did not erase his scars. He had seen too much, lost too much. But in Amal, he saw something he thought he'd lost forever: hope. One evening, he found her at her father's grave, whispering prayers. He stood silently beside her until she looked up. "Why are you here?" she asked softly. "To thank the man who raised the bravest woman I know." Amal lowered her gaze, her heart trembling. There was no confession of love, no promises of forever. Just a quiet understanding that their fates were tied by fire and truth. For both had learned that life is not about escaping the shadows, but about carrying light into them.